Hello, greetings, everyone. Just a minute. I hope you're doing well. You can drop in your comments so that you can also share your perspective and share your thoughts on the ongoing foreign interference against Ethiopia. As you know, Ethiopia is the only country in Africa that was not colonized, and the first country to defeat the European colonizers. And for that reason, this is why, as a Pan-African organization, we have been rallying to support the Ethiopia, to support the efforts of the Ethiopian federal government to bring to an end the domestic terrorism being waged by TPLF. And United States of Africa strongly condemns the systematic disinformation campaign being waged by the so-called international media like CNN, BBC, and even Facebook. Facebook has been very active in suppressing the No More campaign, trying to unpublish pages that are reflecting the reality in Ethiopia. Even United States of Africa Facebook page has been imposed one of the worst draconian restrictions. So as a result, we're even reaching very few people. But our message remains very clear that we reject all forms of foreign interference in African affairs, and we believe that Ethiopia has all the necessary power and resources to bring to an end what threatens unity of Ethiopia, what threatens the nation that we hold with so much pride. You know that if you're a Pan-Africanist, Ethiopia is the jewel of Africa, and therefore we have to stand to defend Ethiopia as it fights the war against the 21st century imperialists. The same countries that Ethiopia defeated in the Battle of Adwa, those are the same countries that are rising up now, trying to spread the disinformation campaign and trying to undermine the efforts that are being made by the government of Ethiopia to hold accountable these terrorist groups that are using children as soldiers, that are holding the entire Tigray people hostage because of their hunger for power, just because they want to be in power, and they've built this assumption that when they come to power, they're going to fix everything in Tigray. That's not the case. They only want to fulfill their personal political ambitions, and they don't have any interest of the Tigrayan people at heart. and therefore the only solution for Ethiopia is to unify and completely reject all attempts to bring in these colonial borders that we have rejected. Any attempts to separate or to divide any African country has to be rejected. We don't want any more microstates. We have seen the negative impacts of the Berlin Conference, what it did to Africa. And therefore, we don't want to see any more microstates in Africa. As United States of Africa, our mission is to unify African states into one nation so that we can begin solving our own challenges. We can collectively address the poor economic conditions that have arisen from the continuous exploitation of Africa's natural resources and wealth, the continuous exploitation of Africa's skilled labor. This has to come to an end if we are to build an Africa that is self-reliant. We must protect our sovereignty very jealously and keep these foreign colonizers at bay. I can see that there's some comments. The No More campaign is spreading. Abu Khalifa, thank you. And then we have Ade saying Ethiopia will fight imperialism to an end. And then we have Minase saying no more. Ade, you're saying no more hands off Ethiopia. This is what United States of Africa says. We don't want any more foreign interference in African affairs. We believe in the power and the will of African people to solve our problems and challenges. And we believe that the African Union has enough resources to solve African conflicts and even to chip in the war against terrorism in Ethiopia. We need to see more action from the African Union, getting more involved in eliminating this threat of terrorism. And instead of just dancing to the tune of the colonizers, we need to continue this struggle and get against the imperialist forces and any kind of Western machinization, because I know they come in different forms. They even use some of the African leaders to push for Western agendas. And we have to recognize them when we see them. Imperialism has many faces, and it might come in form of people that we know that live amongst us. And this is why we must fight collectively. And then someone saying America needs to stop funding TPLF terrorists and get out of our country. This message is very clear. The United States, I think, has better things to do than interfering in African affairs or funding terrorist groups in Africa. We believe that the time has come for the United States to stay away from African affairs and to stop behaving as if they own Africa. Africa belongs to Africans, and therefore we Africans are the ones who should determine the affairs of Africa. We know what's best for Africans, and we don't need any more foreign interference. And we demand an end to this continuous disinformation campaign by Western media. The United States of Africa calls upon African media to be more proactive in bringing African stories so that we no more hear these lies that they keep on spreading about what is happening, and trying to create situations that do not even exist. And you're saying United States needs to stop killing our brothers and sisters and clean their own terrorists in America. Certainly, they have the KKK terrorist groups in America, but just because they serve the white supremacist interest, they don't have any interest in fighting those groups. Ishmael is saying African Union should work on it. Bad leaders. Certainly, we need to see a more accountable and responsible African Union, and an African Union that will tell France, will tell America, enough is enough. We don't want any foreign interference on African affairs. They are saying Tigray will never prevail over Ethiopia because it is it's actually in Ethiopia. So physically, it's like a child fighting against her mother, and then saying that I'm going to prevail. That's the similar situation between Tigray and Ethiopia, and it needs to come to an end. We demand an end to the ongoing terrorism activities against Ethiopia. And we also call upon Ethiopians in Tigray to support the efforts of the federal government to bring to an end this terrorism group, which does not even serve the interests of anyone, except for the few that want to become leaders through illegal means. That he is saying it's time for Africans to unite and defend all our lands. Yes, that's it. This is the time. This is the time for us to unify and completely reject any kind of foreign interference on African affairs. I have so much confidence in Africans, and I believe that coming together will be a force to reckon with. We are capable of providing solutions to the challenges that Africa is facing. And the same people that cause these problems cannot claim to be our saviors. These Western countries are the cause of the underdevelopment of Africa, because even after the independence, they have continued extracting our natural resources and taking away more skilled labor so that Africa does not develop. The United States of Africa Technology and Innovations Department intends to provide leadership that will help Africa advance in terms of the technological advancement, and ensure that we utilize the skills that Africans have to advance the economic development of Africa. We believe that United States of Africa is a vision whose time has come, and we call upon Pan-Africanists from all over the world to be part of the United States of Africa and support the organization as we struggle and strive to get rid of the last vestiges of colonialism in Africa and create a new economy that is people-centered, that is driven by the African people for the Africans at home and abroad. Pan-Africanism is the only solution for the challenges that we are facing in Africa, and there is no any other way out. We have to call on African leaders to be more accountable, to look within and to look inside Africa, because solutions to the challenges that Africa faces are within her. And it's up to the African people to come together and begin to provide these solutions, because we are the solutions. Once again, the United States of Africa appeals to Africans, to Pan-Africanists, whether in Africa, in the Caribbean, in Asia, in the Pacific, and whether you're in the United States, in Europe, to join the No More campaign and bring to an end the ongoing foreign interference and the ongoing onslaught against Ethiopia. We believe that as Africans, we are the ones who are supposed to determine the direction, the affairs of Africa. And we have to stand to defend Africa's interests by all means necessary. Either you're saying Africa, no more European borders, one tribe, one nation. Abu Khalifa is saying no more. Imperialism has to come to an end. And it's about time that these Western countries begin giving Africa the respect that it deserves. We deserve so much respect because Africa is the origin of civilization. We have just too many accomplishments that the Europeans decided to steal our treasury, to steal our artifacts, and they are still holding thousands of artifacts, thousands of books that our ancestors wrote. They don't want to give them back because they have no history. So this is the time for Africans to come together. We have to come together to defend what is dear to us, to defend our motherland, to defend the sovereignty of Africa, and to say enough is enough. Abu Khalifa is saying Africa United, United States of Africa. Thank you everyone for joining, and continue supporting United States of Africa. Also, you can share the streams, and you can also send us your suggestions, your comments, and you can email us, and you can also support us on Patreon, so that you can support what we are doing. You can support our programs and be part of the United States of Africa vision. Africa must unite, and United States of Africa says no more to foreign interference, no more to Western aggression, no more to disinformation campaign against Ethiopia. Enough is enough.